Hello, today we'd like to talk about joint probability density function. Now we have a question on that, is the one I'm holding here. Let the joint probability density function of x1 and x2 be given as the function of x1 and x2, which is equal to x1 plus x2, given that x1 is greater than 0 and x1 is less than 1, and 0 is less than x2 less than 1, or 0 otherwise. Now we have to show that x1 and x2 are stochastically dependent. Now we will prove this by getting the marginal probability density function of this continuous random variable x1 and x2. Now let's start and get the probability density function. Suppose the probability density function of x1 is given as, now let's say we are having our f of x1 to be the marginal probability density function of x1, and also f of x2, function of x2, to be the marginal probability density function of x2. So if the marginal probability of density function, the product of this marginal probability of density function is equal to the function of x1 and x2, then we can rightly say that they are independent, otherwise they are dependent. Now let's find the marginal probability function, density function of x1. Now the marginal probability function of x1 given as f x1, function of x1, will be equal to the integral of 0 to 1 of the function x1 of an x2, which is given from the question. You have the question here, because it's x1 and x2 is given as x1 plus x2. So the x2, so which is equal to, find the integrate this, you have an x1 x2 plus x2 square over 2, and the limit is 0 to 1. So this will give you, definitely this will give you, if you input this 0 and 1 into x2, then for the first one you have something like x1 plus 1 over 2 minus, you put 0 here, it will give you 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. So which is equal to x1 plus 1 over 2. So the marginal probability density function of x1 is given as x1 plus 1 over 2. Now let's get for the marginal probability density function of x2. So we are having f of x2, the function of x2, to be equal to, now the limit of x2 here is also ranges from 0 to 1, from 0 to 1. So let's do it. We are having the integral of 0 to 1 of x1 plus x2, which is the function given from the question, the x1. So this will give us x1 squared over 2 plus x1 x2. Again is subject to subject to 0 and 1. So if you input the value, we have 1 over 2 plus x2 minus 0. So this will give us the marginal probability density function of x2 will give us x2 plus 1 over 2. Okay, so the product of this marginal probability will now give us what? Now we want to find the product of this marginal probability. Now, marginal probability of x1, function of x1 dot f2, function of x2 will now be equal to, we have the first one for x1 is x1 plus 1 over 2, and then the second one is x2 plus 1 over 2. Now, if you find the product of these two, it will not give you, it's not equal to x1 plus x2, and this x1 plus x2 is the same thing as f of x1 x2. So therefore we say since f of x1 x2 is not equal to the marginal probability density function of x1, the product of the marginal probability density function of x1 and that of x2, then x1 and then x2 are stochastically dependent. So that's it. This is a question given. Show that x1 and x2 are stochastically dependent, and this is the solution to the question. This is the solution to the question. So thank you for watching.